Beyond the Podium, sponsored by Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center. Innovative cancer treatment close to home. Together, we're making cancer history.
I'm Anne-Marie Tiernan, and you're watching Beyond the Podium. Right now, the world's best athletes are on display, competing in the Winter Olympics in Northern Italy. Over 700 medals will be awarded to athletes from 92 nations as we now hit the home stretch of the Games. And we have a front row seat for all of it. We hope you've enjoyed watching Tegna's Beyond the Podium. Short track speed skating. Team USA is looking strong, perhaps the best ever. Chris Egan joins us from Seattle. What should we know about this team?
Well, it starts with Kristen Santos Griswold. She is the leader, Anne-Marie, of this team. Another veteran leader on this U.S. short track speed skating team, Corinne Stoddard from Federal Way, Washington. She started training where Apollo Ono and J.R. Selski once trained, and Corinne is now hoping to make an impact in Milan.
We're going to go fast and go more than one lap fast today.
Corinne Stoddard from Federal Way, Washington is one of the top short track speed skaters on the planet. She made the Olympics in 2022, and last year, Stoddard had her best season ever on the World Cup circuit.
I was medaling like every final I was in. I got my first gold. Never been so happy in my life.
Keep stepping, Corey, keep stepping. You got it. Go, 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 go.
Stoddard has been fighting for first place finish lines since she was in kindergarten.
I started at a Tiffany's in Puyallup when I was 6. The owner of the rink, Dennis King, saw me skating around and was like, "You want to try speed skating?" And I just took off with it. I loved it so much. And then eventually I found myself in Federal Way at Patteson's West, and yeah, I was on the team ever since then.
Despite racking up medals in the roller rinks, Stoddard decided to hit the ice when she was 11.
Short track is a mixture of talent, strength, and luck. The best person out there could win or not. You know, short track is really exciting. Like, you could put bets on anyone out there.
But it'd be wise not to bet against Stoddard.
You don't like to lose either.
No, definitely not.
Where did that come about?
Since I was a kid, ever since I could remember, losing really irked me.
On race days, Stoddard is a fighter, but she's also realized over the past few years that's the same mentality she needs to have on practice day. It's something Stoddard learned from teammate Kristen Santos Griswold.
We both push each other really hard in training. We're competitive with each other, but we're also best friends. So I think seeing her with her success first showed me that I could do it too.
She has grown to be one of the best skaters in the world, and it's been really exciting and impressive to see.
What is it like to represent the U.S.?
It feels really good, especially when I skate well and make all of my friends and family proud, my parents proud. It's rewarding when you do well for the country.
Wow, this resurgence in speed skating for Team USA is really something, and it all has this common start.
Yeah, and we saw some of the video there, Anne-Marie, and I mean, this is not just Corinne Stoddard. You can talk to Aaron Jackson about this. They all start on the roller rinks, you know, roller skating. I did it as well. You had couple skate, speed skate. I wasn't very fast when I did it back then. Pretty good at the couple skate, I will say that. But fascinating to me, this Patteson's West in Federal Way, Washington. Apollo Ono started there. Casey Boudier, a name from the past, he started there. J.R. Selski, Aaron Tran, Corinne Stoddard. We look ahead to the next Winter Games. Young man by the name of Marcus Howard. They all started there roller skating. They make that move at one point to ice because they all have Olympic dreams, or a lot of them have Olympic dreams, and there's no roller skating at the moment in the Olympics, so they move to speed skating.
To ice it is. Yeah. All right, Chris, thank you. No doubt, they're one of the best ice dancing teams to ever skate for Team USA. Ice dancers Madison Chalk and Evan Bates, husband and wife, now leave the Games with a silver individual medal. Denver's Matt Renew caught up with the married couple to reflect on their time here in Milan.
You've been asked this question over and over again. You clearly you've been targeting that gold for a long time, but this is very nice too.
You know, it's been the best. We really set out to accomplish our best skates, and that's what we did. We delivered 4 of our best performances, our gold medal performances personally, and we couldn't be prouder of what we've accomplished.
That's really what it's about, right? Just leaving it all on the ice, everything you wanted to do, and you did that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's really hard to be very disappointed with 2 Olympic medals, and especially in winning the gold for Team USA, and the team event was so big, and coming right back and skating the next day literally in our individual event, and the way that we skated, we were so proud of all of that. And yeah, I mean, 2 Olympic medals going home, and we're very, very happy.
And now you're walking around Italy. They're waving at you from over at the cathedral, probably out on the streets, getting free coffee at any coffee shop you want to go to, whatever you want.
Well, we haven't been
I don't know, we'll see.
shops,
This is our first time out of the village, so I would definitely love to try some coffee. And yeah, haven't had any coffee actually since we've been here. So
Actually, we need a coffee.
Yeah, I would love a coffee. Do you have any recommendations?
I will find you some. I will find you some coffee. We'll bring it to you. You've designed costumes before. You did in these Olympics. Did I read Georgia, Spain? Who else did you design for?
It's Georgia, Spain, and Australia. And us, of course.
And you, of course. And obviously that's what, I mean, you find inspiration, you said, in art around you, but you find inspiration in competition. Like everything around you is inspiration for these designs.
Everything. I think any artist or anyone who loves creativity can find art anywhere. One of my dresses last year, in fact, I took inspiration from the architecture in New York City, and now maybe from the Duomo.
Gold, silver. You mentioned the silver lining. You two are each other's silver lining out of these Olympics. So what now? Maybe you've competed, maybe enjoy Italy. What do you do next?
Enjoy Italy. Anything is possible, and we're just excited to see what the future holds for us.
Let's talk curling, and you don't want to underestimate the physicality of these elite athletes. Alicia Lewis from our Minneapolis station joins us with a look at this.
Yeah, Minnesota is the epicenter of curling for a reason. In fact, a lot of people, when they think of a curler, they think of a stereotype of someone who plays on a beer league or a dad bod, but that's not the case at all. In fact, our U.S. curling team trains at an NFL facility of the Minnesota Vikings. Take a look.
When you think of a curler,
beer drinking, there's the dad jokes that come along with curlers.
You used to be able to smoke on the ice, drink on the ice. There were benches halfway down.
There are images from the 1970s World Championship where you have players who have cigarettes in their mouths.
the stereotype of a curler has significantly changed, especially when it comes to their athleticism. For centuries, curlers have been throwing heavy objects down a sheet of ice. Today, they are lifting them.
We have about 22 to 25 athletes in the Twin Cities that train here with us.
Here at the Training House, a training facility for elite athletes and home of the Minnesota Vikings.
Hey, come back with a glute.
Yes, football players and now Olympic curlers.
I'll be next to me and, about to grab like a 40-pound dumbbell, and they come and grab a 100-pound, and I'm like, maybe I'll go up a little bit and grab a 50 or something. So I guess it helps, makes me push myself a little bit more.
They're giant. They're just giant. You just want to get out of their way so you don't get run over.
Whether you're tossing a pigskin or throwing a stone, elite athleticism comes in all shapes and sizes.
The better we are in shape, the stronger we are, the better we can perform on the ice within the sport.
After U.S. curling won its first Olympic gold in 2018, the sport was thrown into the spotlight, putting Minnesota curlers on the map.
The partnership with the NFL, the Vikings, and the team that we have here at TCO has been fantastic.
Minnesota is definitely the place to be. Midwest is the place to be for curling. For athletes who are just trying to push to the next level, there's just resources out here, and it's just unmatched anywhere else.
Cool connection, and the curling team is making history here in Milan.
That's right, 54-year-old member. He's the alternate on the men's team. He made history by throwing his first ever stone. The team was down, so they're like, Rich, get in there, and he did, and he had the biggest smile on their face despite the fact that they lost the game.
Yeah, 54, the oldest member for Team USA at a Winter Olympics.
Love to see it. Way to go, Rich.
The beauty of Italy is always on display wherever you go, and that includes a beautiful cathedral nestled in the side of a mountain. We take you there next on Beyond the Podium. It is one of the most beautiful cathedrals in all of Italy. It's nestled right in the side of a mountain. Scott Swan and Steve Rhodes from our Indianapolis station now take us on a tour.
Italy is famous for churches that take your breath away. Gold ceilings and masterpieces that fill every corner. In cities like Rome and Florence, entire itineraries revolve around church tourism. Centuries of architecture and art that attract crowds from around the world. But in this quiet corner of northern Italy, the mist-covered mountains shelter a different kind of sacred space.
Welcome in this holy place. My name is Martino. I'm a priest. I'm the rector of this holy place.
There's no gold here. No towering columns. Just simplicity. And yet many travelers consider this church a must visit. Because the true wonder of this sanctuary isn't inside these walls, it's where these walls are built.
The holy place is wonderful because it's between the heaven and earth, but it's also like in a cave in the rock. So welcome in these holy places.
This is the sanctuary of Madonna della Corona, a church built straight into a Rocky Mountain cliff, more than 2,400 feet above the valley floor.
This place has a very big history, because 1,000 years history. This monk, they come here to pray. Also, they built a monastery, strange monastery, inside the cave, okay? So, Madonna della Corona means Madonna della Roccia, Madonna of the Rock.
The sanctuary's dramatic perch has always made getting here the hardest part. Today you can take a bus most of the way, but many choose the much tougher pilgrim path, an ancient route lined with shrines and prayer sites. Both the faithful and the curious are welcomed here.
Tourists coming just to see, just to have a selfie, but when they have a connection with this spiritual place, they change his life.
The walls here are covered with hearts.
And one day I found this. Someone come, I don't know who.
Tiny gifts left by visitors who've experienced miracles in their life.
People come here with a problem in the soul. But here they found a place where it's possible to become better.
The priest says he felt that healing firsthand. This is your name?
Yes.
Miraculously recovering after a stroke.
A miracle.
So you were cured, you received a miracle,
yes,
just like all these other people that had the hearts.
Yes.
He believes his healing was the Madonna asking him to stay here.
The lady said, no problem. I help you, but if it's possible to become better, this place is important. And okay, I'm here to look after everything, okay?
And so he continues to serve and welcome all who are willing to take the adventure to what he calls this miracle on a mountain.
This is a powerful place, I think because of the rock.
It's not an easy task getting all of Team USA over to Italy to compete in the Winter Olympics. Our Cheryl Preheim goes one-on-one with the man at the top who makes it happen when Beyond the Podium returns. To get the more than 200 athletes on Team USA, plus their coaches and support staff, all the way to Italy, you need transportation. And Delta is the company to do just that. Atlanta's Cheryl Preheim talks with the man at the top of Delta.
Seems fitting to be here on top of the world in Milan in front of the cathedral with the CEO of Delta Airlines, the official Olympic airline. Ed Bastian, thanks for being here.
Cheryl, thanks for having me.
What a city, what a games.
It's incredible. It's incredible. And what a sight you got here. You got the Domo and the enthusiasm and the athletes here. It's just a pattern of excellence is what the Olympic movement stands for, right? And we all want to be part of that, and it just lifts everybody.
Is that why Delta felt like this was such the perfect alignment?
We talk about keep climbing, as you know, and excellence is our standard. And we never get there. We just keep pushing to get there. And you combine that with unity. And as we all know, our world needs people together more than ever, making the world a smaller place, which I know is also part of what we do better than anyone. So the combination of those two factors let me know that this is where we need to be, representing Team USA, taking our athletes, taking our broadcast partners, taking so many people from the US over here to celebrate. And I'm just honored to be here.
Yeah, the Olympics connects the world in this spirit of togetherness, and you are the chariot that brings Team USA to Milan Cortina, and there were so many special touches this go around.
Yeah, well, we like to make the travel experience unique. And when we have a very special event, just want people to get in the spirit of the games, to get over, to get them ready. We do that for the teams. We take many of the teams and the athletes over.
We felt it on the flight and how excited all the Delta team members are to be part of the Olympic experience too. And let's talk about your Delta athletes, because wow, some amazing ones. I mean, Lindsey Vaughn's courage and grit. She's a Delta athlete and she has been one of the stories of this Winter Games.
It was just sad to watch, and we just pray for Lindsay's full recovery. I know she's got a road ahead of her here, but really proud that she pushed herself to get there. I mean, that, as she said, she was at the starting gate and no one gave her a shot to get there. So she had already won. And we're also proud of Breezy, because Breezy is also someone that's been affiliated in the past with us as one of our, and I know Breezy, and she's a sweet, wonderful person. I was there at the figure skating at the team on Sunday night, and we saw Amber
Glenn,
another one of our athletes. So we're flying high.
And then of course Alana Myers-Taylor here with her family.
We love the Myers family, and Eddie's her father's a very good friend of mine, and great to be able to have the full Myers clan with us.
We are soaking in the moment here in Milan Cortina, but you're already thinking ahead to 2028. I saw Alana signing some really neat planes ahead of LA 2028. How significant is it for Delta to have the Olympics back on U.S. soil 2 times coming up in the near future?
Well, Milano is great. This is wonderful, but LA is going to be amazing. But the next couple of years and the planning that's going into it, and the activations, it's all the event sites, it's going to be a really remarkable set of games, and we just can't. And by the way, it's going to get here before you know it. The Olympic movement lifts all of us. It lifts our spirit, lifts our hopes, lifts our aspirations, our dreams, our togetherness. The world feels like one when you go through the Olympic experience. We feel that here in Milano, walking around, and I know in LA is going to be another great host city.
Well, thank you for taking such good care of Team USA.
Absolutely.
And thanks to all of the Delta team members for taking care of all the Olympic tourists coming in and out of this beautiful city. And we look forward to seeing you in LA 2028.
Absolutely. Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
We head to Cortina and take a look at how that hallmark town has really benefited from co-hosting the Winter Games. We wrap up another edition of Beyond the Podium next. Milan and Cortina really have been wonderful hosts for the Winter Olympics. Our Matt Renew from Denver has spent some time up in the mountains in Cortina and shares with us now how that tiny town is really going to benefit from playing host.
Like it did 70 years ago, Anne-Marie, the hope is that these Olympics will be a big boost for Cortina. Not just economically, but also for tourism. They've built the new luge, skeleton, and bobsled track behind me. The 1956 venue has been updated for curling, and all of Cortina has updated its infrastructure to welcome the world to these Olympics. Growing up in Cortina.
I'm born in Cortina, raised in Cortina.
Giacomo Colli says his family has seen how the Olympics changed this Italian mountain town.
The first Olympics here in Cortina really changed the lives of people from Cortina.
70 years ago, Cortina hosted the 1956 Olympics, the first to be broadcast on TV worldwide.
70 years after the first Olympic in Italy, the first Olympic broadcasted around the world.
It put Cortina and its beautiful Dolomite Mountains in the spotlight, boosting tourism for decades after.
New ski slopes, new infrastructures, new hotels, and really Cortina for a couple of days became the center of the world.
Something residents hope will happen again with the 2026 Winter Olympics.
With the Milano Cortina 2026 Olympics, they're really pushing again.
Women's alpine ski racing is being held on Cortina's famous downhill course.
This is the finish area of the World Cup Alpine Ladies, the most iconic events on the ladies calendar on the World Cup circuit.
Right next to that,
that's the last curve of the bobsled track.
Italy has built a new bobsled track and updated the 1956 Olympic opening ceremony stadium for curling in 2026.
2026 Olympics, they're renovating it, building new changing rooms, and making it more accessible for wheelchair people.
While in town, nearly a dozen new hotels have been built for these winter games.
Creating new infrastructures, new facilities, and attracting more interest from all over the world.
And are all things that Giacomo hopes will help Cortina strike gold again with another Winter Olympics.
A great opportunity for Cortina having the Olympics back again.
By the way, those 1956 Olympics helped pave the way for a number of movies to be filmed in and around Cortina. The Pink Panther in the 1960s, James Bond and For Your Eyes Only in the 1980s, and then Cliffhanger in the 1990s. Anne-Marie, we'll see if these Olympics bring that same Hollywood magic to Cortina down the road.
And thank you for spending time with us here as we celebrate the 2026 Winter Olympics. We hope you've enjoyed this edition of Beyond the Podium. We have more stories for you in the days to come. I'm Anne-Marie Tierney.
Beyond the Podium, sponsored by Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center.